I'm Major Chris Lockett, and it's my pleasure to celebrate the accomplishments of these recruits with you here today. On behalf of Deputy Mayor David James, Director Myman, Chief Yarborough, and the men and women of Emergency Services, I'd like to welcome all the family and friends here today as we welcome Academy 17 graduates to the Public Service family. Please stand with me as the Louisville Metro EMS Honor Guard present the colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's now my honor to introduce Deputy Mayor James, who has some remarks.
Good morning. This is a big day. I want to thank Major Lockett for everything that he's done, and it's an honor to be here today. It's also a tremendous honor to be in service with the people alongside Mayor Craig Greenberg, Executive Director Jody Myman, Colonel Jesse Yarborough, the majors and lieutenants and sergeants and field training officers, and the rest of the emergency medical services staff. We'll be honoring each of you individually in just a moment. But first, I'd like to say a few words to you all as a group. And mostly, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for your dedication, for the commitment, for the time that it took for you to do the training, the work, the classroom work. It was very challenging, I know. And I want to say thank you. Thank you on behalf of all the citizens of the city of Louisville. The team that you're joining, I've seen them in action, and they know what they're doing. And because I trust them, I trust you, that they have trained you well and that you're going to serve the people of our city. Each of you, you've chosen a career that allows you to help other people. But not only are you helping other people, you're helping other people in the most urgent and challenging of times, when they need it the most. And that's a really hard thing to do, and it takes special people to do that. And again, I want to say thank you. And you all come from a long, wide range of backgrounds and different challenges and experiences in your life. But most importantly, the one thing you have in common is your desire to help people and how it's important to the city and how your work is essential to all of us. And yes, it can be very challenging. It can be both physically challenging, it can be emotionally challenging. And so what I have to say to you about that is please take care of yourselves. And it's our responsibility to take care of you too. So if you need anything, it's very important that you say something to somebody. Okay? There you go. Thank you. And we're here to provide support to you, no matter what that is. But you have to tell us that you need it. I also want to say to you that you all make a difference in our community. And while people may not always say it to you, you need to know that you make a difference. Because without you, we don't have a city. Public safety is the #1 responsibility of governments, no matter where they are. And you are an important part of that. And before I close, I want to say thank you to the families for supporting our new graduates because their life, I know, has been challenging over the last months as they've gone through this training. And I don't believe that they would be here today without your support. But I don't want you all to stop supporting them today because they've made it. They're going to need your support every single day going forward because the life that they've chosen, the career that they've chosen is one of service to the public. And that's not always easy. And they're going to need you to lean on and talk to and continue that support. So I want to say thank you for supporting them. to helping them get to this spot today. Thank you. And lastly, it brings me tremendous pride to be here with you today. It brings me tremendous pride to be with these men and women who came before you. They have set a pattern, a legacy, a practice, and a pattern of excellence, and they demand it. And there are going to be times when you're like, oh, you know, I should just take this shortcut. Don't do it. All right, just throw that right out of your mind. All right, think about the training that they've provided you. They put you through those scenarios for a reason so that you can be excellent. Right? Okay. So, on behalf of everybody in our city, on behalf of Mayor Craig Greenberg, I want to say thank you. Welcome to Louisville Metro Government. Welcome to the Emergency Services Division, and congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor James, for those encouraging remarks. Colonel Yarborough, Chief of EMS, would now like to provide some remarks. Please welcome Colonel Jesse Yarborough.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you to Deputy Mayor James, Director Myman, certainly to you guys. You guys have been through a lot recently. And thank you to the families and friends that are here to support you. It has not been easy going through what you guys have gone through. Today marks the end of your academy. It does not mark the end of your training. And it does not mark the end of your education. Training and education are actually two different things, if you don't know. You should never stop learning. I want to share with you some things that I've learned recently. Some of them are interesting. Some of them might go over well at a trivia night. But one of the things I learned recently is it's a framework. Like the number one job for government is providing public safety. One of the largest things that governments have to do is provide meaning or storytelling. And they give you a framework in which to do that sometimes. And that framework can be adopted to writing. It can be adopted to trying to persuade someone of something. It can be adopted to dropping a patient off at a hospital and telling the medical staff what's going on with them. And the framework is 3 questions. You just have to answer 3 questions. What? So what? And now what? And so we've covered the what already, right? You guys are here graduating from your EMT academy. So what does that mean, right? Well, to get here, you had to have grit, right? You guys scored well, but you had to have grit, which is actually a real thing. There's actually something called a grit score. It was created by a psychologist who studied incoming cadets at, I believe it was West Point, Navy SEAL candidates. You know, these are people at the top of their fields academically, physically, professionally. And some of them get through, and others quit. There was one thing that she found that separated them, and that was the amount of grit that they had, which she qualified on a scale. So it took a lot of grit to get through your training. That grit will continue to serve you well throughout your career. You're going to have a lot of good days, but you're also going to have some not good days. Another thing you had to have is resilience. You'll need that throughout your career for the same reasons. In terms of resilience, they look at something called microstressors, right? So if I give you some big, large, overwhelming task or situation, right, you know that's a stressor, but there are things that they call microstressors, and they're just little things. So if you think about it like little 1-pound weights, right? If I keep handing you 1-pound weights, eventually you're not going to be able to hold them all anymore, so you're going to stick them in your pockets. And then I'm going to keep handing you 1-pound weights. And eventually you're going to be so loaded down with 1-pound weights that you're not going to be able to walk normally, right? And so that's when you go to your resiliency network, right? And what does that mean, right? It means you say, hey, give me a hand with this. Help me carry some of this. Help me out with this. And that's important. So you think, well, who do I call for advice? right? Who do I call when I need a laugh? Starting today, you have an even larger resiliency network now, right? You have all of your coworkers. And you have a chance to be part of someone else's resiliency network, right? And resiliency can come in a lot of forms, right? Helping people out can come in a lot of forms. It's not just the way in which you normally think about it. It's, maybe it's shift change. You see somebody's had a long day, and so you help them carry their equipment back, right? That's part of being someone's resiliency network. And continuing the so what question, you've learned a lot, right? So you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot about pharmacology. You've learned a lot about anatomy, clinical assessments, medical treatments. Most importantly, you've learned how to think critically, right? You've learned how to figure things out, either independently or as part of a team. So now what? Now you have the opportunity to put all of those things that you've learned into practice. You have an opportunity to go out and make an impact on the community. And in terms of impact, don't think that you haven't had an impact just because you haven't saved a life or done something big, right? Just like micro stressors, your impact can be little because those things add up as well. You can have positive impacts from very little things. Just saying hi to someone or good morning can impact that person's day. Now, well, the rest of now what isn't mine to write. Now it's yours to write. So congratulations and welcome.
Thank you, Colonel Yarborough. Lieutenant Lyle, if you'll join me on the stage for a special presentation. So, in everything academics, there's always somebody who excels in the class, and this award that we're giving now is being given to the person with the highest cumulative grade during the academy. They displayed knowledge and teamwork, which are essential characteristics in the EMS profession. So, without further ado, the Academy 17 Valedictorian Award goes to Anna Stetton. All right. So, the class has selected a spokesperson to say a few words about their academy experience. So please welcome to the podium, Caleb Foster.
You got me going up after two great speeches, so. Good morning, everyone. My name is Caleb Foster. I've been with this academy class, when did we start? March? First, I would love to thank Deputy Mayor James for being here, Director Mayman, Chief Yarborough, Dr. Warthope for being here, and the rest of the Louisville Metro command staff. Thank you. I truly am grateful for everyone that's helped us learn and grow as future EMTs and however much farther we want to go. I know I've spent my countless hours and late night study sessions over the past few months, and it's nice to finally be up here. Every day I've spent learning more and more about what this job is. And every day I hope to spend learning more and more about what it continues to be. I've seen many people just every day in the office, out on the street, with such passion for what they do, and it's truly inspiring. I want to be just like them. I see many people every day, they just love what they do. And I'm grateful to see that. Meeting people every day, I love it. I love talking. I'm a yapaholic. I love talking. And it's just nice being able to see people constantly. And it's nice being able to see my classmates every day. Whether that's seeing Kate gulp with anticipation for every test, or seeing Hank be our newest test subject for skills we're learning. It's definitely been fun, but it's been hard. And I'm grateful for all of you guys just being with me for it too. Thank you for everyone else for coming out today. It really does mean a lot for y'all to be here, seeing some familiar faces and coworkers. So thank you for all of our teachers, our FTOs, and anyone else who came upstairs to just show us a thing or two. We look forward to hopefully being your peers and seeing y'all out on the street. Thank y'all so much.
So today we celebrate these 7 graduates and their efforts. They've spent over 600 hours in the classroom learning anatomy and physiology, patient assessment, as well as how to manage the most serious of calls, including cardiac arrest. They spent over 70 hours applying these skills in the field and learning how to treat patients and their families with care and compassion during their worst hours. It is now my pleasure to present the graduates of Academy 17. Brett Ashley. Brett is a lifelong Louisvillian who is proud and ready for the opportunity to help this great city he gets to call home. Caitlin Beaumont. Caitlin chose this career path to provide good and honest care for the community and become the best influence she can for her little sister and for others around her. Hank Deering. Hank is a native of Louisville, Kentucky, and wanted to join EMS to make a meaningful impact in his community and to be of service to others. We didn't practice picture taking earlier. Caleb Foster. Caleb is from Louisville and always dreamed of helping others. He has started his EMS journey to try to better himself and the world around him. Oscar Geralda. Oscar is from Cuba and decided to become an EMT because he has always wanted to be a paramedic and to be a good example to his kids. Anna Staten. Anna is originally from New Albany. She's always been interested in the medical field and is excited for this opportunity. After graduation, she aspires to continue her education and become a paramedic while serving this community with compassion and humbleness. Kayla Ward. Kayla always knew growing up that she had a helping heart and wanted to do something medically related in life. Motherhood came first, and that has pushed her to be the best mom and positive influence she could be for her boys. When she found out the Metro EMT Academy, she couldn't pass up the opportunity to provide more for her boys while also being someone they could look up to at the same time. All right, congratulations. All right, so, yeah, Deputy Mayor James will administer the oath.
All right. So I'm going to read the oath of office to you. I am going to say aye, and then I will point to each of you, and at which time you will say your name. And then I will read the oath. When I get to the end, I will say, "So help me God," and you will all say together, "I will." You're going to hear some things in here that you may feel are a little strange. The oath is historic. It's been with the Constitution of the state of Kentucky for forever. And you'll hear about duels and things like that, but just bear with me, okay? All right, thank you. All right, please raise your right hand. I,
Caleb Foster.
Kayla Ward.
Hank Deering.
Brett Ashley.
Oscar Geralda.
Anna C.
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and statutes of the Commonwealth, and the acts of the General Assembly of Kentucky relating to the cities of the first class and classes of all classes and ordinances of Louisville Metro, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will well and faithfully execute to the best of my ability and discharge the duties of the office of Emergency Medical Technician, according to the law and ordinances, and I do further solemnly swear or affirm that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within the state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying out a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending. I do further solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law and that I am not subject to any disabilities which render me ineligible to hold the office for which I am being appointed. So help me God.
I will.
Congratulations.
All right. Well, finally, academies don't happen by accident or without a lot of teamwork from a lot of different folks. We've mentioned it today, but just one additional time, take a quick second to recognize all of the instructors, skills assistants, field training officers, and administrative staff that have put in time and effort to help make this academy be successful. Thank you all for attending today's celebration. This concludes our program. Congratulations to all the recruits and their families. Thank you.